So this video is about why the people around you can't see how obviously flawed, worthless, stupid, dumb, dependent, deserving of nothing but the absolute worst, unworthy, etc., 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 ugly, that you are. And so the path that this goes down is, what'll happen is, if I were to give you some kind of an answer, it wouldn't be a true answer. Or it'd be something that you kind of project. Ultimately, it'd be something that you project onto other people. And what this means is that, like, you'll look at another person, and obviously they will lie right to your face, and they'll tell you that you are awesome, you're the greatest, or maybe they won't go so extreme, but they say like, no, you're worthy, or like, no, you don't deserve this, and you won't believe it at all. But you'll look past that, and like they'll do like some subtle tick, like they'll wink or something, or they'll blink really fast, whatever it is. It'll be something random that won't, like, really though, it won't make any sense at all. But you'll take that one thing, and then you'll say, they know I'm a piece of shit. Or you'll say, just wait, they'll do something that proves that they know that I'm a piece of shit, right? So you'll do this, and then it'll reinforce this belief that you are a piece of shit, and what'll happen is your life will reflect that, and you'll get into relationships that are probably abusive, and if you have children, then you'll tell them that they're a piece of shit, even if you don't want to. If that's what you believe about yourself, that's what they will believe about themselves. I'm sure you'll do something awful, if I'm just going to be totally honest about it. If you haven't gone through the trauma work and everything like that, you will pass this down. And your life will kind of just suck. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be like that. That you can go do cool stuff, that you don't have to pass this awful trauma energy onto your children, and that you can literally feel better about yourself, and you can literally take these beliefs that you have, and you don't have to say, just drop them outright, right? Because that's kind of silly. You've invested a lot into them. You know, it's kind of like building a building, how you've built your mind, where you go through it one time, you go through a certain circumstance one time, and you lay the scaffolding. And that's all fine. But then you go through it again, and you're at this higher level, and you either build on the foundation or you take it down. And it's really the only two ways to take it down are to grieve for all that lost energy and lost whatever it is, or to suppress it and just kind of ignore that it's there, or repress it. And the suppression and the repression only work for the short term. If you really want to get the results, you kind of have to grieve for all of that you've lost, and kind of all that time that you've invested into thinking that you are awful, that you're unworthy. You can just ask the question why, and you can really go down deep, and it'll probably make you really sad. It'd make me really sad to hear about it. And you can ultimately, like, what the grieving will do is it will allow you to let that go. And that is really, really beautiful. And then if you do that enough, there's a better chance that you won't pass these awful trauma energies onto your children. Then I would still suggest that you do more than this, that you read some good books about how to negotiate trauma, or how to negotiate conflict, how to build a good relationship. Like, go on the internet and use the internet as a tool instead of some just kind of entertainment. And this is going to be really hard for you. Really, really hard. Like, I'm not even going to play. It will be so difficult because you've ingrained this in your mind that you're not good enough, that you're unworthy, that you're trash, you don't deserve anything, and that you should just be kicked around, that you don't deserve to have boundaries, that, like, what even are boundaries? And so it's just going to be really, really hard. You have people in your life that are reinforcing these things that if you try to remove them, you literally might even get hurt, depending on like how deep down this situation goes. So you'll probably have to cut out some friends. You'll probably have to set boundaries. Just go look up what that is. You will have to, not even probably, you will have to do this, and then it will be incredibly difficult, and then you'll mess it up. You have to try again and again and again. But the beautiful part about this is that if you go through this whole process, then you'll be, first of all, I think you should do it just for yourself. You will literally live a better life. Like, you probably feel like shit, but you can feel better. Like, even neutral, even if your life is just neutral, that would be so much better for you. It'd be so much better for you, but it'll actually get really good. And you can actually have relationships where the other person does cool things for you, does loving things for you, and you don't think it's because they're trying to manipulate you or they're just tricking you, or you don't think it's because they're so desperate that they just can't get anyone else. Like, why would they even want to be with you? That kind of thing. So, like, there is hope. Like, you can get better. You can go to the gym. You can do things to improve yourself. Even if it's not a whole lot, you can do it just a little bit. And a little bit over time,